Hi guys, and welcome to Phriquizine.com. I'm excited for you along your journey to wellness. I surely am. And if you're wondering what is Phriquizine, I'll tell you quite briefly. Okay, here at Phriquizine, we specialize in creating allergen-free dishes where our dishes are so great in taste and the appearance of our dishes are along the lines of culinary food. You know, when you go downtown, put on your suit and tie, we're talking about that ballpark and arena. So this is a form of a cuisine, and the term free is simply free of allergens. So if you put the two terms together, you get Phriquizine. Phriquizine. Quite creative, I know. So today's vlog, I'm going to address quite a bit concerns and one question that I got through my subscriber. I got an email and someone asked me, they say, well, is the gluten diet for everybody? And is the gluten-free diet a scam? So let me address this very quickly. The gluten-free diet is not a scam. And in order to find out whether or not you should or shouldn't be on a gluten-free diet, you have to go get tested. Okay? And 2018, you know, it's so important that we stay current because scientific research does say that all gluten proteins affect us to some form or varying degree. So if you ever go to an herbalist or a functional medicine doctor who is versed in nutrition, they would ultimately tell you to avoid wheat, rye, barley, oats, corn, and some may even say avoid rice. Rice is the only grain that has not been linked to inflammation, but it has been linked to driving your blood sugars really high because it is high on the glycemic index. Okay? Now these seeds of grasses, these are glutens. Okay? There are glutens in all grains, and these are prolamines. And the glutens are found in the embryonic sac of the seed. And so a lot of the degenerative illnesses that you are finding and noticing is due to poor digestion of these undigested seeds that you're eating on a daily basis through your crackers, breads, pastries, things of that nature. So the reason why I am compelled to get on here and teach you what a true gluten-free diet is and how it pertains to all mammal health is that this is real. And it's really an epidemic because hundreds of thousands of people are on medication and there have been a significant amount of deaths because they have not been diagnosed appropriately. Okay, now let's set the record straight. For those of you individuals that have went to the doctor and they say, well, I test negative for gluten intolerant and I can have as much gluten as I want to. Testing is really not all that thorough. Okay, we're still evolving because the IgG gluten test only tests for certain proteins, okay? So when you go get tested, there are certain tests that test for allergies and there are certain tests that test for intolerances. So it depends on how well versed your doctor is to see if you are truly being negatively impacted or affected by consuming these particular grains. Okay, now what I'm finding is, and majority of my subscription list is probably on a gluten-free diet. Some are and some aren't, but what I'm finding is a lot of people find a hard time to adapting the diet for a lifetime, permanent. And so you see a lot of people who are writing books and just simply saying that, okay, well, I want you to go on this for 30 days and see how you feel. Okay, a lot of people can do the 30 days, but they cannot do 60 to 90 days all the way up to a year. So I'll give you some words of encouragement, okay? I have been on a gluten, dairy, and soy-free diet for approximately 10 years, and I have not cheated. And a lot of people say, well, how did you do that? What are you eating? If you look at my body is well nourished. It is very muscular yet very lean. And I also have a child as well, where during my pregnancy I didn't consume any grains, dairy, or soy products. And my daughter came out to be in perfect health. So let me just share this with you, because a lot of people think that glutens are a necessity to life. Grains are not a necessity to life, okay? If you decide to go grain-free for the rest of your life, you will be inherently fine. What today's society must understand is this concept. The human body is made up of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. As long as you have absorbable and, in this right balance and ratio, because we are different through, different bone mass density and muscles. Once you get this appropriate ratio, your body will adapt to those protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Now, contrary to a lot of people's limited beliefs, they think that, well, if I stop eliminating the grains and the glutens, then I'm going to miss my B vitamins, I'm going to miss all these different nutrients. Always be mindful of this. Anytime you snatch a carbohydrate out of the body, you're going to miss some nutrients. And this is why I'm a big advocate of appropriate supplementation. Now, when you eat a potato, a sweet potato that is, versus a grain, those are two different type of carbohydrates and two different type of digestion chemistries, okay? And being that these are slow digestion carbs, seeds do not digest well in human beings. Now, if you aren't allergic to potatoes and you're highly active, you'll find that a vast majority of the community can digest potatoes because it has its right mineral content and vitamins and nutrients that it needs to break it down. So I believe that a lot of the issue with going gluten-free is fear and lack of education, okay? Because there are hundreds of thousands of people that will get a diagnosis, and there will be a lot of premature births, a lot of infertility, cancers, high blood pressure, Hashimoto's disease, diabetes, and multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis. All these things are inflammatory diseases coming from gluten intolerances. Okay, so if you get tested negative, err on the other side of caution. Go get a second opinion. Now, as we talk about how these grains adversely affect us, we'll start from the top down. Have you ever had anybody in your family get high blood pressure, headaches, we'll say multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, things of that nature? This is all coming from the brain. And diseases like multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, and things of that nature, and multiple sclerosis, these are coming from, this is the same disease, but affecting different parts of the brain, okay? And what these things are, these are inflammatory responses. And a lot of these inflammatory responses are coming from your poor digestive health. So that's the top. Now let's start working our way down to the middle, which is the heart. You have a lot of people who have stents in the heart. I meet so many people who are in their 30s and 40s who have stents. You have people who have pacemakers in the heart, abnormal heart rhythms, high cholesterol, things of that nature in the heart. Poor blood circulation in the heart. And a lot of this is occurring, again, through inflammation and poor digestion. Okay? Cardiovascular disease is inflammation. And let's work our way down a little bit further. Let's talk about the stomach. Okay, Crohn's disease and these different intestinal diseases where the small intestine is swollen, the large intestine is swollen, these are all the same diseases. It's just affecting different parts of the digestive tract. And what you'll find is a lot of people are unaware of this. You must understand that this applies to all mental health. When you eat the glutens, it destroys a microvilli. That is a finger-like distribution system that is near the lower part of your stomach. Okay, gluten damages this, and when you damage your microvilli and you get leaky gut and holes in there and scar tissue down there, it robs your body of its vital nutrients, and it's called malabsorption. Malabsorption typically causes, I would say, 85 to 90% of these diseases. These are nutritional deficiencies. And so you're seeing a lot of breast cancers and things like that, prostate cancer, brain cancer. You're seeing a lot of tumors. These are malabsorption nutritional deficiencies. And think about it. So in the United States, there are certain parts of the states where the land is fertile, where there's more nutrient dense and nutrient rich. So a lot of the minerals and vitamins, we get through the soil. The soil feeds the plant, and the plant feeds the mammal. We are the mammals. But what happens is, in the United States, they say you're supposed to let the soil, rest for 7 years. We're not letting our soil rest for 7 years due to mass production and things of that nature, and money, and due to the economy. So what happened is we're not really growing our food properly, nor are we treating the land how it should be, and it's really adversely affecting our mineral content, vitamin and mineral content. So you really have to supplement, because a lot of the vitamin and minerals are not in the food. Now there are certain places